This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie for your Thursday podcast, talking about cheating today.
Not into it, mate.
Do you want to take this one over?
I've never cheated. Well, this week I haven't. Well, last month was clean as well. But
Today?
No, it's hard to say. I don't know how the rest of the day's going to end. But I've found out the number one hobby that guys have been using to say that they've been doing it, but they've actually been seeing somebody else on the side.
None of that made sense.
Wow, it didn't do it. Do you know what? The words came out of my mouth.
But I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The number one thing
okay, you go.
men are saying they're doing when they're cheating.
Missionary?
No. I don't mean position.
Sorry. I meant you. Hobby.
I think you should do it a bit more like a community announcement.
Okay.
Like, listen up, people. If your partner has a brand new hobby, they may not have a new hobby at all.
Oh my God, you've just put me out of a job. That's thank you very much. That was nice. What are men doing? I'll go again. Are you ready, guys?
Okay.
This is a community service announcement. When you think your man is doing this hobby, he may be seeing someone else.
What's the hobby, Whip?
You'll find out in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Wanted to say a quick I love you to my wife of 10 years today, our anniversary. A lot of planning's gone into this day too, because I had a bit of a surprise for her this morning, and I want to say to my wife, if she is listening, I love you to pieces. I'm very proud of what we've built together, and I can't wait for the next year together. The next 10 years together.
Can I, do you mind if I interrupt, guys?
We love
Because
each other.
I heard a story of something that happened last night in the Whipfley house, which I think you need to be brought across.
What?
In relation to 10 years of marriage. Lisa, Whipper's wife, joins us now. Good morning.
Oh, hi, darling.
Hi.
Oh, hi,
babe.
Lee.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Hi,
Kate.
Lisa.
Hi, Fitzy.
Oh, congratulations,
Welcome to the show.
Lise.
Well done.
We
love
always
you.
we,
Love
we,
you.
we said it wouldn't have got to 7, so to make it to 10,
Yeah.
Lise, well done.
Do you remember
I'm surprised as well.
Do you remember when you invited me in for a green tea that time? I knew it wasn't a green tea.
What was it?
Yeah. What was it?
Bit of a kiss, bit of a cuddle, bit of a cuddle kiss.
Oh, this is
there
making
was
me
there was
feel
something
ill.
that happened last night, Lisa, wasn't there, that
Yes,
made you
yes,
question the
last-
marriage?
Yeah, last night was interesting. We
Okay.
were just finishing up cleaning the kitchen after dinner, and Mike goes, "Hey, babe, are you okay if I go and have a steam over at Hamish's house tomorrow night? Just sweat it up. After that workout, I just need an infrared sauna." And I said, okay. Just waiting to see if he was, it was a trick or something. And then I said, you realise it's our anniversary
Of course I did.
tomorrow night? 10 years. I mean, I've got a date night planned for him on Friday, but
Hot.
I still thought on the actual night we might just sit and maybe watch an episode of something or
That's
reminisce
nice.
about when we used to really have fun together.
Yeah, you could-
But no,
you
he
could-
just wants to sweat it out with a mate in a steam room.
The option, though, is to have him at home and watch him fall asleep on the couch, though,
Well,
Lisa. So
Valid.
Yeah.
Do you know what the bad part was? After that, and I went, oh, honey, what am I talking about? Of course, yeah, I knew that. I then went to send Hamish a text message saying, sorry about that, ball and chain. And I sent it to Lisa. So I haven't had a good week, have I, honey?
It's not been a good
It
week.
hasn't been a great week for the big guy.
And then you burnt the eggs, but you boiled eggs and left them on the stove.
Okay, I forgot about that, yeah. So
And the fry pan started burning up. Yeah, it wasn't a great day for you yesterday.
have you got something lovely planned? Because I think he's wondering because you've made some plans. He hates that he's not in control, I don't think.
I know he hates it. Control freak. Does not like it. And usually he's the one doing surprises for me. So I thought this is my time to actually surprise him. And I thought he'd love it. He always says, I love surprises, but he's hating
No,
it.
I'm not. I'm not in
He's just
control.
asking where
It's
we're
a mystery flight
going
to
for
Broken
dinner
Hill.
and what we're doing.
No,
But I can't wait.
We were thinking about doing something crazy. We might even, I don't know, I shouldn't say it on air, sleep in the same bed together.
Yeah, how long's that been, Lise?
No.
But it's meant to be a nice night for Lisa,
Oh,
too.
no, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? That's the valid. You're totally right, Kate. Once I sort of cracked it and went, you realise it's our anniversary tomorrow. Why would you be going to Hamish's for a steam? And then a little while later, I processed it and went, oh my God, you're right. I said, babe, you go. Go. I just visualised me sitting on the couch with a nice cup of tea watching a girlie.
I know how things
Be
change.
steaming at home too.
Well, you
you
met
know.
Emily in Paris. Thank you, darling. I
Well,
love
well
you.
done to the two
Well
of you.
done. Well done,
Thank
guys.
you. Kisses. Bye.
I'll see you tomorrow, darling. I'm at Hamish's this afternoon. Bye-bye. I love you.
You're only a what if away from a holiday with whatif.com.
You could go to your dentist appointment or all the kids' sports.
But what if it was a weekend on the coast instead?
Book hotels, holiday rentals, apartments and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Let's talk about the zoo. I love going to the zoo, and you know, as a child as well, that was always a day trip that you'd leave the school and go to the zoo.
Yep.
You always go to the zoo hoping that you're going to see something, like a big gorilla getting into a fight, or
Yep.
you know what I
Yep.
mean? Something's going to happen. Are they
The
going to throw
monkeys.
poo at us? Or you may see some breeding or some mating going on
That's
at the time.
always fun.
Oh, I remember.
Go on.
I wasn't little. I was actually an adult. It took my breath away.
What did you see? Who was not the turtles?
Okay,
tortoise.
a very Australian animal can be quite aggressive, and in this scenario, double aggressive.
Koala.
The kangaroos.
Seriously?
Big, red, angry
The big lipstick.
kangaroo. Oh, wow.
Was it
Doing
quite
a bit of
member?
boxing.
We actually had to usher the children away because it looked like one kangaroo was trying to kill the other kangaroo.
Oh, they chase each other around for a while, don't they? And the next thing you know, is it quite a sizey member on the roof?
Did they
I
make?
didn't. What are you asking me?
Do
that?
they make any noise, Kate? Do they? Can you?
Oh, when you see a tortoise mount the back of another one, and the sound that is made, like an old fossil, 300 years old.
I didn't look like that, did I? When I was being the angry kangaroo.
This
Well,
is
I didn't
over.
look like that.
13, 24, 10. What did you see at the zoo? This is over at the Perth Zoo. So the orangutan enclosure, the orangutans, classic. They're characters.
Oh, mate, they won't stop.
Yeah,
They're having a good
laugh.
time, aren't they?
Naughty little redheads they are, aren't they?
They are. So they've got a tree house there, which is about 2 stories high. An orangutan goes up into the tree house for the first time from the day before. Realises that there's an imposter in there. There's a possum. In front of everyone. I'm going to show this to you. Grabs the possum, throws it out of the tree
It's not
house.
funny, the poor possum.
Are you sure that's not a sugar glider?
No, it's a possum.
If it was a sugar glider, it would have glud.
I think possums are like cats, though. They always land on their feet.
No, they don't. That one was landing on its head.
Oh, he was like, nah, out you go.
The orangutan saw the possum, grabbed it, and just threw it out of the treehouse.
The zookeepers would have gone straight into the enclosure, picked up that possum, and said, "Guys, I've got some feed for the crocodile enclosure." That's what it looked like. That possum would be dead.
It survived. It says
Mate,
in the article here it survived.
I have seen a gorilla that would turn its back and then pick up some poo and turn around and throw it at you. But you're right. You mentioned it earlier, Kate. Sometimes, quite frequently, if you go past the monkey enclosure, you will see the monkeys being very naughty little monkeys, getting to know themselves. Monkeys also do that.
Oh, mate.
I love watching that.
That's-
I'm moving on from that
You're
because I'm
talking-
not getting bogged
You love
down in that
watching
kind of
monkeys do that?
conversation.
That's
I do
horrific.
like them grooming each other. I like it when they pick the
It
little
is.
things out of their
Yeah.
hair, and then you find yourself doing that at home on the couch, and you're like, we're just like monkeys, aren't we?
Just like kangaroos, aren't
What on
they?
Chevy's back? I didn't know he was that hairy.
Hang on a minute. Here's a big red.
Megan and St Ives, what did you see at the zoo, Megan?
Oh, hi there. Well, I actually grew up in Dubbo, so we used to go to the Western Plains Zoo for most of our excursions.
Great zoo.
And we actually used to jump the fence and go down the side of the tiger enclosure.
Oh, my God.
And then we could actually put our hand through and pat the tiger's nose, and it would purr.
No.
Yeah, it was great.
Did your mum know you were doing this, Megan?
Of course not. No. Nor did the teachers, may I say.
Oh, that is
my God.
awesome. I mean, you could have been killed or your arm could have been ripped off, but at the time... so
Well,
they used to
Since
purr,
then,
Megan.
that has happened, and now they've actually blocked that bit off. So, you can't do it anymore. But this was back in the early 80s when there was no safety at all.
Oh, my God,
No,
Megan.
no
That's
safety.
extraordinary.
No rules, just
Nah,
more fun.
Yeah.
Do what you
No
want.
rules.
The meerkats are the best as well when they pop their heads up when you come around the corner with the family.
Fitzy.
And they're like, hey,
Fuzzy!
on.
How are you? Just, mate. You can go in and do the feed at Taronga. So you can go and feed the meerkats. So you go in there and sit down on a log and they put the feed in the hand. All of a sudden, these heads just start popping up. It's like one of those games where you've got to whack them on the head. You would never do that to a meerkat.
Never.
And when you sit down and the meerkats just come out from nowhere and feed from you.
Lenny had roar and snore last week for school overnight.
And was
they
it
didn't.
great?
They didn't get to sleep till 1 a.m. because all the kids snuck in contraband. They had all the lollies.
Oh, right.
Of course.
And they were just all juiced up on sugar and didn't get to sleep till 1 a.m.
And then you've got the lions, of course, and we know what they do at night time, don't we, Tom? You live nearby. They get to know each other in the middle of the night up to 50 times a day.
That's
a
a
lion?
pre-recorded
No,
sound
they
effect.
Yes, they do.
No, they
Yeah.
don't.
When the female is on heat, they will mate 50 times a day.
Mate.
Exactly like Tom.
Unbelievable. That's horrific.
With a T-shirt on.
Yeah, always a T-shirt on. Always. Without exception.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Interesting one for me to bring up on a day that is celebrated at my house. Happy 10-year anniversary to my beautiful wife, Lisa. 10 years. We made it, guys.
Yeah,
Did
well
you
done.
see-
That is. That's
Did you see today as well, Kate?
What?
They made the Under the Influence there, the
What
beautiful
are you?
photo
Under
of
the
them.
influence, Sydney Confidential.
Well, they're part of the social scene, which
Are you
is...
part of the social scene?
Yeah, and
but that's
I-
not an achievement compared to 10 years of marriage.
Well,
Yeah,
I
fair call.
organised this as a gift for our 10 years.
Oh,
I had nothing else. I said, get us in confidential and I'll be wrapped.
What would Lisa wish for more than anything in the
Nothing.
whole wide world?
Nothing.
In fact,
You
kind
say
of-
handbag, I say confidential.
Kind of ironic as well, because she was under the influence when she first met you.
Yes, but she's sobered up and still with me 10 years later. Here's the issue. 132410, I'm going to throw it out there. What hobby did they say they were doing when they were actually cheating on you? The number one hobby that men say they are doing, and 21% of all men that say, see you later, honey, I'm going fishing, are actually cheating on their partners.
Don't say that.
21%!
Fishing. I suppose
That's a huge number.
fishing is a pastime where you need quite a bit of time, don't you, to go out
You
on the
do.
boat.
But
Yeah.
you've got to go to the effort of taking the boat, right? If you've got it on the trailer, if your boat's not in the water, you've got to get your old dirty T-shirt on. You've got to walk out the door with your fishing rod and the tackle box. And then
Go use your tackle box.
You've got to unpack your tackle box when you arrive at your mistress's place.
You got to
up.
You got to cast the net
Yeah, you
and
gotta-
see what you catch.
I think in
Get
those
a nibble.
scenarios, you usually say, we're going out on Trevor's boat.
That's better, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
don't have to worry. So Trev's got all the gear. But then when you do that, Kate, you tie somebody else in, which increases the risk of being caught.
Bushwalking, would that be another one? That's a long...
Bushwalking doesn't make it onto the list.
Come back sweaty.
Orienteering would be a good one.
Oh.
I've really got into orienteering.
Well, in fact,
honey.
I'm going to leave you. You're a loser.
Yeah, I think if you said you were going and doing orienteering, your wife might say, I hope you find her out there.
Yeah.
Because do not come back to me.
Do you
know what?
remember
You're-
orienteering? And someone go, I found a ribbon on a tree!
Oh, mate.
Over here!
Then
think it's
Find the
great.
next clue!
Then it got serious, and you had to get a certain stamp at each checkpoint.
Yes.
So you had to get like a prick through your
Oh,
card.
do not call yourself that.
Oh, I know. We found him.
You did X yesterday. Oh. Anyway, so fishing is number one, and I reckon that makes it hard work. Number two, believe it or not, is golfing. Now, I would have thought golf is an easier thing to do. Matt DeGroot moans in the background because he knows
I think
that it's real.
the issue is that golf takes too long. It's almost too much time.
Oh, right.
If you're just nipping out for a little bit of a rendezvous, golf takes about 6 hours.
Would
I don't
she
have that
believe
level of
putt-putt?
stamina for the rendezvous.
You could still do 9 holes. You could do. You could see.
Oh,
No,
mate.
but no. But
Well,
what
no,
I'm
I would
That's
say
saying
cheat
is,
with one
Start
person.
with one.
Okay.
you could say
That's
you're going out
disgusting.
and doing a whole round of however many,
what?
the 18.
Got a hole
But-
in one.
No, but you can still see your friend, and then still play golf.
So you're saying 9 holes and then...
Right, so
Honey, I
you're-
played. I
You're
don't know what
teaching
you're
us
talking
how
about.
we can actually cheat and enjoy our hobby at the same time.
Because then you're not lying. Don't
No.
think I'm making this up for people out there who then, when they have the conversation, standing in the kitchen and she's
Yep.
about to throw her coffee mug at him,
Yep.
she said he can still say, look her in the eye and still say truthfully, but I was playing golf.
Yeah, I
There's not a
was.
position I forecast from you on this conversation.
This is good, Kate Ritchie. You're really helping men of Australia.
Tiger Woods helps with the golf sort of argument as well, doesn't
Then
he?
you get chased out of your driveway and get a 1 wood through the back windscreen. What about this one? The third on the list, and this would make sense, is men going to the gym. Because you're filling in time, but once again, you're coming home hot and sweaty.
But you smell different.
Yeah, you do, because you smell of perfume and roses. You don't smell of sweat where you've been shifting steel. You smell of something else.
No, but you can have a shower at the gym.
That's true. You can wash away all the evidence. Kate Ritchie is really good at this. Why don't you do a book, 101 Ways to Cheat by Kate Ritchie? You are very good.
Can we speak to people who have been cheated on?
Yep.
And can you tell us what was the hobbies of your partner at the time?
Was it just working late?
When they were cheating? I mean, working away from home's another one as well, when you have to always hit the road for work.
Flat
That's
out,
not
honey.
a hobby, though. What
It's
about
not a hobby.
backgammon? Or what's the game that they play in the parks?
Oh, what do you mean? Like
On the chess, like on a board.
Chess.
Is it chess?
I've got bocce this afternoon, honey.
Blokes had been taking notes on everything Kate had been saying until she came up with backgammon. And then they put the notepad back down and said, that's probably
They
all.
just
That's all we've got.
decided
We've
not
got
to
what
buy
we
the
needed.
book.
Marie in Kingsford, what hobby did he say that he had, Marie?
He was going to work, so he was a mechanic that would get called out to jobs that needed to be done at all hours.
Just to change the oil.
Okay, so would the phone go off in the middle of the night sometimes?
Yes, sometimes 2 a.m. or whatever.
Yep, emergency.
Yeah.
But would he come home with grease on his hands or...
He always had greasy hands, so dirty hands, so you can't really clean it off very well, so it wasn't noticeable.
Hey, Marie, I've always wondered this. When he would when he would jump back into the bed with you, did you ever smell, a perfume or another scent on him?
No, because he'd have a shower.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
how did you bust him then?
Oh, because he was seeing a close friend of mine and he got her pregnant.
That's a giveaway for me.
Complete oil change. Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, she was a little bit promiscuous and she told me that she didn't know who the father was, so I only found out when she was 7 months pregnant.
Oh, my
that's
God.
horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Gosh,
Got the green slip.
A service that you do not need.
No, you do not.
Regularly. Marie, that's
is-
a horrible. Let's go to Kelly in Alexandria. Let's talk about hobbies, Kel. What was he doing?
Oh, he was saying that he was riding his motorbike with the boys.
Yeah, right.
So he wouldn't answer his phone for hours.
Well, he
But
couldn't.
really, yeah. Well,
And
but
how did you bust him, Kel?
I accidentally went over his house one day when he was supposed to be riding, and I'd forgotten.
Yeah, right. And,
Yeah.
And what happened? Did you walk in on anything, Kel?
No, she was coming down out of his place when I was coming in, and it was a bit of a confrontation. Yeah.
Oh, and you knew exactly when you saw her what was going on?
No, she asked me what I was doing there because she didn't know about me either.
Oh, stinker.
God. And was he
like a movie.
Was he there?
It's like the movies, yeah.
Yeah, well, he was there too, so it was very awkward.
So did you say, I'm his girlfriend?
No, she just said to me, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just here to see Dave." And she was like, "Oh, I just said his name." Whoops.
Yeah, that's all right.
And what did she say, Kel?
Dirty Dave.
And she was like, "Who are you?" And I said, "Oh, I'm Kelly." And she was like, "Oh, you're Kelly." So she'd known about me. So,
That is horrific. Okay.
And your mind runs, how many more did he have on the go?
So
You know what I mean?
jumping onto the
it does
motorbike
now.
with the boys, Kel. We'll write that one down as well. Katie in Bankstown, do you want to add to the list?
My list was I'm going four-wheel driving with the boys and I can't be contacted.
See, when you keep saying, every caller has said with the boys.
Yeah.
Almost like
You know
they're
what that means? You all stick together
That's
and
the
have
thing.
each other's backs.
some sort of pack
And
mentality.
they did.
And
Oh,
Katie,
really?
did you question one of his mates and say, were you with him?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't go there. I don't even know where he is.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but you're with him, aren't you? He's like, no. And then, of course, the Tinder app was found on the phone, which was confirmed at all.
Right, he was going off-road.
Basic crap. Just basic.
And Katie, what happened when you said, "Do you think I'm an idiot?" I mean, when you sat him down and said, "You busted, mate," how did that play out?
Oh, he just still said, no, I was going four-wheel driving. Just flatly, no.
Yeah, it was a
Well, I
different
don't know why
Adam.
you don't believe me.
Well, yeah, I got bogged.
Yeah, you're
unfortunately
crazy.
in Denise.
And I got stuck. Was stuck there for 3 hours until a snap strap arrived. I was able to get the boys.
Could not get
And
out.
ahead of a lovely hot weekend out there, everyone's going to be questioned tonight at the dinner table. Where are you really going?
I'm keen to go fishing.
Well, BJ said to me she's going four-wheel driving with the girls this week.
Good luck.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Kate, are you about to
Unleash on the VMAs.
the VMAs?
Wow, on my signal, unleash hell.
I am going to start with Selena, actually. I think we saw it on the telly post-show yesterday, Fitzy, because you asked for it to be on the screen. I do love an awards night coming fresh out of the US.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the daytime here, and we saw Selena in what only can be described as screwing up her nose at the fact that Chris Brown had been nominated for an award. I think she's spoken out about Chris Brown and his past indiscretions
I
before.
agree. How is that guy still getting nominated?
I haven't heard of him for ages.
Yeah, well, he is. He's still making
getting
music.
around.
I don't think we're playing him. He didn't win, so I'm guessing there would have been some very happy people in the room. But Selena was not happy about that.
Fair
Did
call.
Selena win? Selena won a couple, or
Well, you know who did win?
Yeah.
9 awards. Taylor Swift
Of
had a
course.
massive night.
Taylor Swift by Taylor Swift.
That's, do you know what? That's domination. Like, in the end, is that a bit embarrassing getting up there once again? And, like, because I think there was only around about 16 or 17 awards.
Was there?
She won 9 of them.
won
Did she
9.
get up every time?
Yeah. She looked fantastic.
Oh my
She had quite it's a fresh haircut or
Is it?
something. It was all kind of chopped in around the back. I would describe it almost mullety style, and certainly would. Okay, Jess, you need to get involved here.
She's
because
a
I know-
big NRL fan.
Yeah, she is. She wanted to look like that Josh at a car.
Was it? But being blonde, it would have been more Ned Brockman. Would have been more Brockman.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
and
long mullet.
and it had a lot of product in it. Great eyeliner. I don't know
wow.
who did that.
Well, if you know you're getting up 9 times, you've got to look good.
Absolutely, and had something to say every time. So she did very well on the night. The best new artist was someone called Ice Spice, who I had never heard of until yesterday.
Ice Spice with My Little Eye.
They were sitting next to Taylor and had collaborated with Taylor or done a version of Karma.
Let me get this right. She wins another one as well.
Well,
for
it is kind of
for
like
a
winning.
collaboration.
It is, because she's supporting a best new artist, and I guess that Ice Spice has now come to the front line with Taylor and is sitting next to her on the night.
Okay, the other one, there was a big controversy that Megan Thee Stallion was waiting to perform and the NSYNC boys walked past her. Now, Justin Timberlake whispers something into her ear and she puts her finger up and looks quite angry with him.
like a don't talk to me.
Oh.
We have
Tommy,
had that
you got
clarified.
an update on that, Tom.
What happened, Tom?
What was said?
Yeah, well, everything's fine, because overnight the two of them caught up at the after party and posted together that it was what you saw being interpreted was not. It was saying we've got to catch up later. We've got to catch up later. Probably not. I'm not going to talk to you right now.
Okay.
Apparently, Justin whispered in her ear, "It was so lovely to meet you," and she put her finger up and said, "No, we're not going to meet like this. We've got to meet again after."
Right, so and then the photo came out of the two of them, Justin and Megan the trainer.
No,
Megan
it's
the
Megan the Stallion.
Oh, sorry.
the
Megan
Lee's,
the trainer.
the Lee
The trainer.
Stallion. Blackpink took out Group of the Year.
Yep.
And I mean, basically, it was just Taylor Swift's night.
Taylor Swift.
Looking forward to her being here in the new year. I just wanted to quickly touch on the fact that Britney Spears continues to post on Instagram, and she wasn't at the VMAs, but she did star online.
Oh, no. Again.
The pole dancing pole has been reinstated into the house, and there's quite a raunchy video floating around of her in a black a G-string and a pink crop top having a bit of a dance. I hate to say it though, and I've just run through Taylor Swift's look at the VMAs, but all I could see in the video of Britney dancing was, girls, you know what I'm talking about, or boys who wear G-strings, but she had a G-string on, and the tag that sits at the back of the G-string, she hadn't cut it off, so she's gyrating around
Tag
and
at the
being
Kmart.
super sexy. But the tag of the G-string is
it's
hanging
pinned
down in the line
Amateur.
of her backside.
If you ever do a pole dance and you're filming,
Cut the tags.
Cut the tag.
I mean, they're kind
Don't
of
be a
itchy
tag
down
dad.
there anyway, aren't they? Get rid of the tags. Although, not always good when you want to just run into Maya or somewhere and get the same size, but you don't know what the size is because you've cut the tag.
Well
Exactly.
said, sister. Always take a
chafing.
photo of your G-string tag is what I do.
Do you?
Yeah, so then when I'm running into Maya, I know what size I've got to get.
I also love people getting back together, and I couldn't have been happier when Ben Affleck and J-Lo rekindled their relationship and then went on to buy a house and get married all those years later, because it does prove that people continue to make bad decisions throughout their life, no matter how much they've learnt. Nellie and Ashanti are back together, guys.
Oh, Ashanti, stop everything.
They were together, I think, about...
Shan't be having anything to do with
I
this.
know. About 10 years ago, they were together. They said their careers got in the way. But the official statement is, yeah, we cool again.
Oh, thank God.
A classic Nelly
Yeah, we
line.
cool again, man.
Is
You bet,
classic.
man.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Speaking of love, I want your opinions on whether you think this is a love story made in heaven or whether this woman is what other people are calling her, which is psychotic and insane.
There's a fine line, isn't there?
And it's very... I mean, let's not be name-calling anyone.
Well, you just did
She's a
psychotic.
psycho.
You
I'm
just said
s-
psychotic
She's
and
definitely a
insane.
psycho.
So
I said...
which one are you going with?
What
here,
I
Kate?
said is... This is what other people... I know.
Don't blame other people.
No, I'll let you
mate.
be the judge because
okay.
it's...
Discuss.
Discuss. And don't leave me hanging like I did yesterday or this week about the dogs in the office.
Discussion.
Okay, there's this woman and she's married this bloke and he thinks that they have been brought together by fate. Their marriage and...
Well, that's beautiful.
their-
Destiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was written in the stars.
Yeah.
Everything in his life and her life brought them together.
Great.
And they got married. Well, then after they were married, she decided to sit him down and tell him how much she loved him and how they actually really became to be husband and wife.
Oh, okay.
Because it turns out, guys, that she's been a really big fan of him. The names have been changed. Let's just call them Tom and Annie or something.
Tom and
right?
Annie, yep.
Tom and Annie. So Annie, when she was 14, knew Tom from around the traps.
Okay.
And she thought he was a bit of all right.
Yeah.
He had a younger brother, and that brother went to her school. So she decided to befriend the brother to get to Tom.
Wow. A lot of effort.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Sometimes you meet your friend's older brother and he turns out to be the love of your life. But she was this was all very well planned. She became friends with the brother. She would go to the house. She would research Tom, the older brother, with the mother. So the mother's obviously a bit, yappy.
Okay.
Oh,
And,
you've labelled her yappy now.
Psycho yappy.
No, but she likes to tell a lot of stories. She's probably proud of her sons. So she's telling this young girl, who she doesn't know is in love with her older son, this is what he likes to do. These are the sports he likes to play. These are what his past girlfriends have been
She's
like.
doing a lot of research.
Yeah, etc.
Feels a bit CSI, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yes.
What?
Are you about to play the CSI theme song?
No, not at all.
Okay. I want you to stick with me here.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
She would also
Stop
then...
being so psychotic.
Exactly. Don't call him names. She would find out when Tom was going to be home from university. This is as they got older. Yeah. So she said she would put on her prettiest frock.
Oh, here we go.
Make herself look beautiful so that when Tom came home from university, she could be sitting on the couch.
Are they from Alabama? Is that why you're speaking like that?
I don't know why.
Was it a casting couch?
I spoke. No, it wasn't a couch. It was something from Domain or something.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, and this is fresh out of the US though. Anyway, then when he had some kind of niche sport that he had to train for, randomly he had to go to her university to train for it and needed a whole set of volunteers. She puts her hand up and just over time...
Now it's getting weird.
It made sense that they were together, but she's actually been stalking him for 6 years.
But see, this is exactly what Tom did with Inga. You know what I mean? You got to be patient. Tom lived with Inga, his future wife, for quite a while before making a move.
As
Did you?
friends. As friends, yeah.
Did you know you were
We were
always going to make
housemates.
the move?
Oh, no.
You were keen.
But I always,
For a long time.
really
Let him
liked her.
talk, Whipper.
So keen.
Every time this comes up, Whipper always jumps in and goes, I was the one who did it.
No,
I
that's
was
not
the
what
one
I'm
who did
saying,
it.
mate. I didn't say that
Let
for 1
Tom
second.
talk.
Yes, but I'm trying because Tom won't give you the true information.
No, I
Tom
was always
keen
keen
on
on my wife, but she was my housemate first. So it wasn't all planned. It wasn't planned out in that respect.
You knew
because that
she'd
would
fall
make
into
me
the trap.
That would make me a bit psychotic. But I think
Did you randomly find her as a flatmate, or were you
we
friends
worked
outside?
Together. We worked together and then became housemates.
Who asked who to move in?
Oh, probably me.
Oh, Tom, that's a big move.
That is a huge
And
move.
then how long did you live together before you made the first move, Tom?
Oh, it was about 8 or 9 months.
That's unbelievable.
Do you know what's interesting? Because a mate of mine, he ended up with a girl, and he said they'd dated earlier, and then he said the reason we got back together is because I bumped into her randomly about 5 times. I just couldn't believe how I kept bumping into her. But now that you hear a story like this, you might think she's a bit of a psycho.
Well,
does it make a difference?
You're not allowed to... Yes, it does.
Yes, it
No, it
does.
doesn't.
Yes, it does.
In a big way.
If you love each other now, you know what? Just happened to be there at the right time.
But Tom, the older guy, is now saying, no, I thought you've made me believe and led me to believe that this is the universe bringing us together. But you have you've orchestrated the entire thing.
Give me a break.
I completely agree, Kate Ritchie.
Yeah, I do.
Because that puts me... I'm uneasy about the idea that you did all that and I didn't know, so what else could you possibly do moving forward?
You've
And
been
if-
treating me foolish, like a fool.
You've treated me like a fool and led me to believe that there was a higher power that naturally brought us together. You psycho.
Well, I wouldn't be calling names. You're not allowed to call people a psycho.
You used to pop up at
Except if
Lisa's
you sing
desk
it.
here at Nova out of nowhere. You were told by executives here to stay away from her desks.
That wasn't a coincidence. I knew exactly where I was
You knew
going.
what event she was going to here at Nova, and then you would just pop up and take her to Chinatown, even though you were seeing someone else at the time.
We both worked at Nova.
You can't do this on the anniversary.
Of course I'm going to turn up to the same Nova event.
The thing is, there's a difference between flirting in the office and trying to see someone and make yourself bump into them rather than trickery and creating a tally and dedicating 10 years of your life to trapping,
stalking.
They still need to fall in love with you. Doesn't matter how many times they see you. If they're not interested in you, that you're not going to fall in love with them. This guy's fallen in love.
Yeah, because he's been led to believe that something of a higher power has brought them together. Shonk.
So what if you
Dodgy.
don't believe that? You're then going to fall out of love with someone.
She'll do something else. She'll manipulate something else behind his back. You
guys
I think I'm stuck in
Get rid of Annie.
I'm a rock in a hard place or something.
Discuss.
Or don't discuss, eh?
Discuss. If you can't handle it, don't discuss.
Kate, there always has to be a villain in a relationship, and you've obviously labelled this poor woman as that villain.
I haven't.
I am.
You have.
I am.
You've basically called her Sophie Turner.
Get out
She's
now.
done nothing wrong. She's not partying. She's looking after the kids.
Get out.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.